Well, Tarek Fatah is a columnist at the Toronto Sun and the founder of the Muslim Canadian Congress. He joins me now from Toronto. Tarek, what is your reaction to what happened in Canada in the last few days?
Well, I'm very angry and disappointed, and I feel terrible at the leadership of Islamic communities who have wasted 13 years in not trying to identify the problems that lie within our scriptures. We haven't addressed those issues, and the converts to Islam, as we say, they read our religion with far more dedication than those of us who were born in this faith. I'm very upset that a dignified, selfless people like Canadians have become the target of the Islamic State and ISIS. And by the way, the dead terrorist's father himself is fighting a jihad in Libya. This is a widespread problem, and unless we address it in a straightforward manner, without political correctness, we're going to see more of this.
Okay, so how do we address this? I mean, we hear a lot about the problem of homegrown radicalization. How do we go about tackling it?
I wish Prime Minister Cameron and President Barack Obama would stop saying that Islam is a religion of peace. We as Muslims know that the grandson of the Prophet was beheaded and his head was paraded in the streets of Damascus. His son-in-law was murdered while praying during Ramadan. Why are we all lying as to what is a problem? Why can't we simply be honest and say what the Canadian Prime Minister said 2 years ago, that the world faces a threat from Islamism?
So just to be clear, what exactly is the problem? It's Islam itself. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's the political application of my faith. We need to make Islam a moral compass rather than an ideology that is closer to fascism or Nazism. We would never tolerate this if the Nazis were landing in Ottawa and killing one of our soldiers.
Going back to these particular incidents, both of these attacks involved converts. How did they get converted?
Well, one of them is not a convert. His father is a Muslim. He was a Muslim. And the gentleman we're talking about, the latest killer, I don't know why journalists are addressing him as a convert. He's a practicing Muslim, goes back years as a Muslim. His mother divorced her father and they are separate. But the problem is that we have never asked the question, who are the people who converted, for example, the Rigby murder case in London? Who was the person who converted to Islam, the Montreal murderer, just last week? We're bringing people back from Syria and setting them free in Toronto. We have 3 Somali girls who went there to fight a jihad, and the Mounties brought them back and set them free in our community.
So what are you saying, Tarek? What is the solution?
The solution is to address an ideology with an ideological attack on it. We cannot have fascism dressed up as religion, which binds the hands of everyone else. So white folks cannot even raise the issue before being addressed as racist. We've seen a problem rising before our eyes for 13 years. An innocent country like Canada is attacked. Our soldiers are killed on our own soil.
Okay,
we want to be angry. Thank you.
Okay, Tarek, thank you for joining us. Tarek Fatah, who is a columnist at the Toronto Sun and the founder of the Muslim Canadian Congress.